Hi there, this is Renee, and I am just going to be sharing a reflection of the learning object that I created today to go along with the Coursera course that was reflecting on ADHD and strategies for ADHD that elementary school teachers can use. So just a quick overview of the course. This is the Coursera course that I had looked at and recently reviewed. It flows pretty nicely, pretty predictable, and has a variety of different learning objects that can be used. However, a lot of the course did not ask teachers to really reflect on their own practices, so I wanted to create a video that forced our teachers to reflect on their own practices and really start to personalize students who have ADHD. So really thinking about how these students with ADHD may be emotionally impacted because of the struggles that they're having and what types of strategies we can use as teachers to help better meet their needs. So I'm not going to play the entire EdPuzzle, but wanted to just show a brief look at what I chose for my learning object. After looking at the H5P and EdPuzzle, I decided to go with EdPuzzle just because I really wanted to create a video that had some interactive questions to it. So this is the video that I chose, and as you see here, anytime you get to this little teardrop looking item, there would be some sort of question. And so I'll get into the details of that in a little bit, but just wanted to show a brief overview of what EdPuzzle looks like and how I used it for the purposes of this project. So my overall learning outcome to support this class was just to really start to get some teachers to think more deeply about their own teacher practice when it comes to students with ADHD, and to engage teachers in reflection on their perceptions of students with ADHD, their practices in the classroom with students with ADHD, and to begin to evaluate various strategies that could be used to better support students who have a ADHD diagnosis in class. This just further supports the Coursera course because there wasn't a whole lot of teacher reflection in the course. It was more just standardized questions on the content presented instead of application for the teachers. The tool that I utilized for the project, as I just showed you, was EdPuzzle. I picked a 4.5-minute video that actually took a look at a personal adult reflection of somebody who had ADHD and her journey through school with ADHD. I put 7 questions throughout a 4.5-minute video. A variety of true, false, open-ended, and multiple choice. I really focused more on the open-ended than anything else just because I wanted to push teachers to that more reflective state, because the assessments in the Coursera course that I was looking at were all content-based and didn't really get into the application-based assessment piece. One sample of an open-ended reflective question that I put in the EdPuzzle would have been, what is the most important thing that you, as a classroom teacher, can do to support students with ADHD? This was the last question that I asked in the video. So after they listened to this 4.5 video, which is a personal account of one adult individual's journey through school with ADHD, really getting a teacher to think about what is the teacher's role in supporting students with ADHD. Overall, I really liked the EdPuzzle tool. It was very easy to use. I appreciated that it connected to Google Classroom. So if it was a classroom teacher using this, I could have easily connected this to Google Classroom. But also for the purposes of this Coursera course that didn't have the Google Classroom platform, there's an embeddable public link that you can use that kind of functions just like a YouTube video link. So pretty easy to utilize, and lots of variety in a very simple tool. When I reflect on this tool and its evaluation for teaching and learning, I really did have in mind the Triple E framework, and the 2 areas that I think that this tool really helps to push a teacher that might be facilitating this course on ADHD to engage learners at higher levels is in engagement and enhancement. Within engagement, it really creates an active learning environment because of the forced answers. You can't move on in the video until you actually answer the questions, which is nice because that means you have to be an active listener while watching the video instead of a passive listener, which for digital content can be challenging sometimes because it's like, how do you get students to have accountability for watching videos? And this is a great way to engage students and even adult learners in forcing them to really listen to what the video is talking about and then answering questions before they move on. Additionally, I think it meets enhancement questions in the Triple E framework by promoting a sophisticated understanding of the content because of the level of questioning that happens throughout those videos. Obviously, the instructional designer needs to be careful about what types of questions are being asked. I purposely tried to stay away from anything that was too simplistic within the EdPuzzle and really looked at more of that like higher level Bloom's reflective, evaluative piece to get our teachers thinking about their own practices. And then I appreciated that this was just a creative, non-traditional tool. I know that, EdPuzzle's been around for a while. I think I've known about EdPuzzle for at least 6 or 7 years. But the reality is it's still not widely used, at least within my district, and is a tool that I think is just really creative and a creative way to embed interactive content that doesn't take a designer very much time to do. So overall, my experience of creating this EdPuzzle video was really positive, and I think that it would really help to enhance this course. Thank you.